Hello, my name is Mike. I am one of the career coaches for Nova Workforce, and welcome to the Nova Workforce CCMA orientation video. Now, before we get started, congratulations on your decision to pursue the Clinical Medical Assistant certification through Nova Workforce. Before beginning this class, please complete all of this orientation and consider if you are ready or not for this rigorous program. Review the core performance standards and ask yourself, am I physically, emotionally, and mentally prepared to be successful in this class and also in this career? It is suggested that you take notes during this orientation, especially for items that are of interest or important to you. You may want to go back to them later on. The attendance policy is very important. Students must attend at least 90% of the course to pass. There are 140 total hours of class time for this program. So think, how many hours do you need to attend? How many hours maximum can you miss? We will get to that in a few seconds. Every minute you are late after the start of class time will be written on the attendance sheet and totaled. Please arrange your schedule to allow for traffic delays and weather. I recommend using Google Maps to map out the time in which you will leave to go to the place. I recommend actually going there, perhaps, just to see how long it really takes, and allowing extra time. Sometimes being early is being on time. There is no distinction between excused and unexcused absences, regardless of the situation. It's still a good idea to talk with a teacher about why you may be missing, or just that you might be missing a class, so that he or she is aware and of the situation. So they could possibly make other arrangements, but still, if you miss the time is missed. When you have reached 7 hours of missed class time, you will be sent an academic warning letter. All right, so for the first question I had about missing time, when you have missed 14 hours of missed class time, you will be dismissed from the program. So you must attend at least 126 hours. You cannot miss more than 14 hours. Of course, I highly recommend, if you can, every hour of class time. All right. So, continued, there's some more things to keep in mind. It is highly recommended to sign up for Nova Alert for unforeseen circumstances, including a building emergency or inclement weather. Here's the website, alert.nvcc.edu. If closed, do check your syllabus for what to do, or check for an email from the teacher about how do you move forward. If you are a Fast Forward or Fantic grant recipient, which means you paid 1/3 of the total cost of the program, or 20% of the 1/3 through Fantic, it's a state grant, and you are dropped from the program due to absences or any disciplinary reason, or you have not passed the program, the result will be your financial obligation to pay an additional 1/3 of the total cost of the program. Usually that would mean over $1,000. I'm not sure of the exact number, but it will be over 1,000. It would go back to the Commonwealth of Virginia. So please refer to your financial agreement for more information on this. All right, grading. 100% of your grade will be an average of all of your quizzes and assignments. In order to pass the course and sit for the national certification test, you must have a 70% class average. You will receive an email and printed academic warning letter from the program director if your average falls below a 70%. That would happen during class. There are many expectations for the student. This is an academic rigorous class, and we have lots of expectations. Please review them carefully. You're expected to arrive on time for class. Students are expected to have proficiency in reading, writing, and speaking clear English. Now, if you are not sure of this, you can talk with myself or my coworker about what does that mean, how could you possibly build up your English take this class, we can discuss this, because everything is in English. You must know it, comprehend it, use it very well. Students will follow the rules and regulations of the facility. No student shall disrupt the class or interfere with the session or the learning of the other students. Students will clean up their learning environment and skills lab after use. Students must inform instructors when they are not comfortable or confident in their ability to perform a skill. The instructor will be the student's contact for all academic questions or concerns. All right, here are some rights and responsibilities to be aware of as well. Students enrolling in the college assume an obligation to conduct themselves in a manner that is civil and compatible with the college's function as an educational institution. Submitting an application to NOVA, or going into this class, represents a voluntary decision on the student's part to participate in the programs offered by the institution pursuant to its policies, rules, and regulations. Violating any of NOVA's core values may lead to disciplinary action, up to and including suspension or expulsion. Lack of awareness is no excuse for non-compliance with NOVA's policies and procedures. So, we have it listed here. You may want to take these notes and review it and become comfortable with it and knowing it. So here's the handbook and the code of conduct. Here's two different websites. Please review it. As it says, please review it and become familiar with it. All right. There are several things to remember about what to wear and what to bring to class. All right, you will be required to wear plain, basic scrubs of any color in this course, to include pants and a top. You will be required to wear a watch with a second hand on it, so an analog watch with the moving hands. You will be required to purchase your own stethoscope. These items will be required by the first day of the second week of the program. All right, so if this is you, please pay special attention to this. Reasonable disability accommodations. Requests for accommodations must be initiated by the student. Documentation must be current, preferably within the last 3 years. The age of acceptable documentation is dependent upon the disabling condition, the current status of the student, and the student's specific request for accommodations. Students may be required to resubmit this documentation each semester to allow for review of continuing eligibility for accommodations. Please review the handbook for more information. To apply as well, please visit this website. Again, please take those notes if that could in fact be you. All right, here's another reminder of the academic rigor of this class. It is a college level class. It may take a lot of time outside of class to be sure you are successful. So homework and studying. There's a minimum of at least 15 hours of studying per week outside of class. So a week is 7 days. Perhaps you would study a little more than 2 hours a day, or 3 hours on some days and 1 hour on some other days. Whatever it is, be sure you have that time set aside before class, after class, before work, after work, whenever it is. 15 hours per week. There may be a few class times where the instructor will have a non-instructional day during particularly heavy content weeks. You will not need to meet in the classroom, but still have assignments to complete and turn in on that day. Your instructor will let you know when. The instructor will be available via email for help during that time. Internet access, this is another key point, is important to have outside of class to be able to complete assignments. So make sure you have that some way before you attend the class. There's an externship as well. So just to review what an externship is, it is a short, unpaid shadowing experience. The purpose is to gain more hands-on experience in the medical community prior to employment. Some medical practices have students observe before they get their hands on. Some practices have you start and actually work the very first day. Every place is different. The externship is your time to shine. Practice your skills, be confident, and use the opportunity as if you were auditioning for a job. Many times the students are hired at the externship location, but remember that's not the main goal of it. It could happen, but that is not the main reason for it. Start early, update your resume. Remember, after your externship, be sure you have added it to the resume, the externship itself, the medical assistant credential that you have. If you need help, sign up for a career coach, and we will talk about that at the end of this orientation. I am one of them. More details will be explained on the very first day of class. Please read the handbook and have your questions ready. You'll be given a due date for your documentation. All right, the exam itself will be taken at the end of the class. On the last day, you will sit for the exam to earn the credential CCMA. More details will be provided in the handbook and on the first day of class. Testing policy. All right, we take the test very seriously. There will be no makeups for a missed test or quiz. You will receive a 0 if you miss one of them. All books, bags, backpacks will be moved to the front of the room during testing or during the quiz. All cell phones will be turned off and put away in the front of the room. When time is up, you may pick up all of your items when the instructor gives the direction. And finally, the last page, fast forward career coaching opportunity. This is optional. You can opt into it at the end of this orientation. The career coaches, you can email us at any time at novaworkforce@nvcc.edu. You may want to copy that down now. You may receive invites or special career boosting information from us. You can have help with resume reviews, searching for a job, interview preparation, and more. We can communicate through email, phone, in-person, instant message. You can request an in-person meeting if necessary, of course. It's fairly informal as far as how much we do it, but you can still drop the program at any time. If we don't hear from you for many, many months and we reach out, we may say, oh, we're going to drop you if we don't hear anything. But you are invited to join us if you would like. All right, that's all for the orientation. Good luck with the following, the rest of the orientation, and good luck with the class. All right, thank you.